We are live. And
live and in charge. Nope.
Close.
That's not how that works.
All right.
Let me pull up this video.
Oh, actually, I need to make sure that the clip thing is on the right account too. Oh, this is Vinny.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
And then so let me make sure.
Eric hasn't seen it, so don't spoil it if you saw it.
Well, I mean, you're not seeing it. So, all right. You ready to do a podcast, guys?
Woohoo!
Podcast.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Jarrett Reddick, and this is a podcast. It's called Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Each week, we get together and talk about a movie that we watched that week, plus whatever the hell else is on our minds. And we're glad you're here. Now. Welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies, everybody. For those of you who are on the chat room, we do this basically if you're a person that listens in your car, which I'm a podcast listener too. We go through a lot of trouble though to put this on the internet, and like a lot of trouble, basically all of the trouble that we've gone through for the 4.5 years we've been a show has been so that we can put this on the internet, like live, not live. Yeah, live. And then it lives there and we can have a chat. So anyway, we advertise when we do this and we put it on our Facebook. And so if you have, you can go to Jarrett Goes to the Movies on Facebook and you can be a friend of ours there, and then you'll know when we and you can come hang out. Anyway, we just did this last night, and it's like all of the same people are just now starting to chime in right now on the chat, and so it's like we just had a big sleepover.
It's like a bad nightmare I can't wake up from.
Just stop it. My name's Jarrett, guys. Welcome to the podcast today. We're going to be talking about the movie One Crazy Summer, a very important movie in the and I'm going to explain to you why during the show, Eric, and I'm going to change your mind. And but yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I usually like to talk about a few current events or things that we've been doing, but I have not
since yesterday.
I have not accomplished anything since yesterday that would be worth talking about.
You watched this movie, I bet.
Yeah, I did some interviews. I sang a song today that I sent off, and I watched this movie, and that's it. I mean, that's the whole day.
Is there a Chuck E. Cheese work going on right now?
There is, guys. With me as always is Eric, and yes. So, and thank you for asking. A lot of people texting me wondering if what's going on with my Chuck E. Cheese gig, and all I can say is everything is fine. In fact, I just re-signed for another year, and we are full steam ahead. So there is a bankruptcy thing going on, but it's just reorganization of debt, and that's how that works in big business. I think when you've gone through a time where you just got to move cash around. But as far as I know right now, not closing any stores, and I'm good. So
good.
I am happy about that because I absolutely love my job. And that one, I love all of them, but I really like that one. And it's a big shit. It's a big deal for me. It's a big deal for me because the nostalgia aspect of things. I loved Chuck E. Cheese as a kid, and we didn't have one. We had Showbiz where I lived. And so when I went to go visit my grandparents, it was nice. So anyway, all good there. How are you, Eric? Anything change in your life dramatically in the last 24 hours?
I mean, I worked all day.
Yeah.
So if you want to hear about our update to our Ethernet service automation portfolio, I can certainly tell you about that. But otherwise, no.
How was parenting today? Any parenting?
Parenting is starting, like we said last night, on that back on the downward trend of things.
Yeah.
It's just getting tough. They don't want to be around me anymore, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Because the feeling is fucking mutual.
Man, it is. It's one of those things where you feel bad for being frustrated, and you feel frustrated for feeling bad, and then it's just it's a never ending cycle, and we're all in it together, and we're trying to figure out some stuff here. We'll talk a little. Well, actually, let's just my lovely wife Casey is here. Hi, babe.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome.
I'm super.
How has your day been?
Parenting about the same.
Yeah.
I've been the mean mom today. We are limiting screen time because my child is a screen crackhead just like I am. And so we're both doing it, and everybody's just pissed off.
Right. Not me. I can't. I have to do it for work.
No, I'm on like day 4, maybe.
Yeah.
No Facebook, no Instagram. I deleted my Netflix app off my phone.
What are you doing when you're on your phone then? Because you are on your phone sometimes.
Porno.
Well, I run the socials for my salon, so I do Instagram for them.
Got it.
But it's not like any of my own stuff. And then I've been doing an audiobook.
Oh, that's right.
Listening to an audiobook. And that's about it. Everett started a cooking camp.
Yep.
And so that's been funny. So he made a casserole today.
I made a tater tot casserole.
I think I still have you guys a casserole bag, thermal bag from when Eller was in the hospital, and you guys were so nice to bring.
I forgot about that. That's one of those things where like somebody's kid had a fundraiser.
Yeah, and I was very excited to get that. And here's why: because Bonnie and Mark have one, and I'm always jealous of that fucking thing.
Me too.
And now I know where ours is, and so I'm assuming it's not lost forever, or at least there's a glimmer of hope that we'll get it back.
I'll see if I can get it back to you tomorrow night. I'll be over there, so we'll see.
What's happening?
Yeah, Everett came out of the place with all ready to go. He's got his little backpack that came with it, and all this stuff. And all the kids are coming out, and they've got like leftovers and things for their parents to try. And he just came out with a binder. He ate all of it.
He ate it all. Yeah, and a little chip off the old block.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, when your 7-year-old makes a casserole that day, is pretty funny. But yeah, so no screen time. I'm off Facebook, so I can't comment in the comment section right now because I usually do that.
Oh,
the year that I took off of Facebook was the best year of my life, except for the year after I found out what masturbating was.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's a thing.
silence.
And of course, Amy Pitzinger is here with us. Hi, Amy.
Hi, everybody.
Amy's also having a good. Amy's having a good parenting day today because she got a break.
Yeah, I got a break. I went to the
Oh.
ice sure. That was my getaway. It's like a vacation. Hey,
Hi.
I feel a little dryness. I need to come in.
She's making doctor's appointments she doesn't even need.
Nope, I don't need. I have nothing wrong with my eyes. I've got
Nope, still 2020.
Yep.
Still, you can still see Jesus Christ.
He looked at me and he was like, "Are you sure? Like, you don't need anything?" I mean, nope, just here.
Yeah, just came in to, check the place out a little bit.
Just wanted to look around.
This is the third appointment you had this month.
Right. It's my safe space.
Yeah, but we're all, I think it's funny that we all do this show together because, obviously, Eric, you and I talk off air when we get drunk together, and our families, the Pitzingers and us and the Fishers, spend a lot of time together. So, we've kind of already been through all this as far as the parenting and stuff is concerned. And it's nice that we talk about it before we get on air because it comes across as way less overt and just insane. Because when we're talking about it off air, it's just like, fuck kids.
Like if anyone else were to listen to us,
Yeah.
they'd probably call CPS.
100%.
No, go ask his other mom, I swear.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Hey, how y'all doing? He's an asshole.
Yeah.
We're all fine.
2. Fucking 2-year-old asshole.
It's not the popular thing to say in this, Instagram perfect world that everyone, tries to live in. But having kids around all the time and being around your kids and your kids being around you, I don't think nature meant for it.
No.
And so it's just tough. And you don't have to pretend like this shit is fun because it is fucking not.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like even in the ocean, I mean, the little baby fish go off with this stingray, and he takes them around and teaches them about the ocean and stuff, so that the little other aquatic parents can chill for a while.
Is this Finding Dory? Is this the plot to Finding Dory?
Being Nemo.
That's Nemo.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Ray.
But what are the zones? The zones. The
that
zones.
actually helped me one time.
Really?
With a quiz.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was like that was exactly like the vibe I got with the bus driver that takes the kids to school around here, except for he got fired for being an old racist.
Oh, sad day.
which is even sadder because he was also Santa Claus.
He was Santa Claus. He does the Santa like all the time.
So just an old racist Santa Claus.
Yeah, I had him on Facebook one day, and I was like, I don't need that much information about you now that I think about it. I just want to wave and smile.
Just all right. Hey, some news for you guys. Tomorrow, about this time actually, if you are watching us live, we will be doing a show online on stageit.com. You just go to stageit.com. So this is June 30th at 8:00 Central Time. So if you happen to watch this later, if you're hearing this podcast in your car, it already happened, and chances are we've already done a live show where we talk about how it went. But we would love to see you guys there. We will be doing the songs from some of the movies that we haven't been able to do our take one thing along the way, having not been together. It looks like Eric will be able to come over tomorrow, and if things continue to go the way that they're going, we'll then have a long break and not see each other again for a while yet again.
Got to get our hugs in tomorrow.
But who knows? Who the fuck knows? Also, in other news, happy birthday, Rodon James. Yay! And now I feel like a dick because I did not talk to him today, and I was not on Facebook today, so I did not wish him happy birthday.
Oh my
So,
God, how am I going to know people's birthdays now?
Uh-oh.
yeah,
Oh man,
that's a big one. Absolutely. And what? How are you gonna? What are you gonna do? Not knowing what people eat for lunch?
That's going to be really hard.
I don't know.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh man,
Yeah, you're gonna have to rethink this shit. We don't know if the stingray was Rick. Okay, look at that. Just look at the quote. Rick, I think it's Bauman. He just goes, "We don't know if the stingray was racist." It's a good point. Yeah, maybe he hated those turtles.
It's quite an accusation to hurl at somebody.
It really
Yeah.
is. Well, you know the turtles weren't sending their kids to school. They were in that line, in the big wave thing.
well they were like the
Oh, the current.
learn from life hippie parents.
Oh, that's
they're
right.
Homeschoolers, right?
That's right. That's what that
Yeah.
was. Yeah, absolutely. Well, happy birthday, Rodon James. We're glad you guys are here, everybody in the chat room. I think we're going to have a fun night tonight talking about the movie One Crazy Summer, but I do need to let you guys know a little bit about what's going on here. We are a podcast that is funded through Patreon, and our Patreon supporters pay as little as $1 a month to support our show. All of the money that we do collect each month goes back into the show to either keep the show going or to reward our Patreons for being amazing supporters. This is a David Dooley and Woody Chambers production, and our producers, who are also Patreon supporters, are these people. Wait, the following people. Ad Craner, Amy Pittsinger, she's right over there. Andy Smith, Ashley C., Brian Mason, Brian Dunning, Shell Ordway, Chris Cranfill, Chris Holt, Chris Jacobs, Daniel Cotton, David Dooley, David Murray, Derek Smith, Diane Small, Dom Petretta, Emily Parnell, Gage Strickland, Gareth Roberts, Geraldine Darling, Gregory Cordone, Greg Lee, Greg Stevens, A Hangover You Don't Deserve, the podcast, Jared Spear, Jason Aylesworth, Jeff Yeager, Jen Trent Lewis, fucking Joe Barlow, Joey Bishop, John Gickler, Josh Millman, Katie Gardner, Kim Murphy, Kirsty Fisher. That's Les Zuliski, who is also known as Zalbor. Lily Holohan, Lisa Wenzel, Lucy Murray, Mandy Pretty, Michael Price, Mike Breton, Nick Brignoni, Rodon James, who's the birthday boy today, Ray Elliott, Robert Mays, Rob Popplestone, Sean Blackstone, Sean Barger, Shay Verbush, Steve. Steve May, Tess Green, Trey Wren, Vinny Cataldo, Wendy Croft, Woody Chambers, Zachary Van Ness, and Svi Hurst. Give it up, everybody, for all of our amazing Amazing producers. All right, we do have one of the perks that you get at a certain level is that you get to anytime submit your own video review so that it can be seen on both the live stream and on the version that you guys are hearing in your car right now. So let's go right now to Vinny Cataldo with his submitted review.
Ah,
All right.
What's up, idiots? I'm Corey Taylor, and I'm stepping in for Vinny to give you my review of One Crazy Summer. Let's talk about John Cusack. Great actor. Demi Moore, even better. Now, if you want to see a good movie, watch Resident Evil, because, you know, I'm in there. Movie overall was kind of good, but Resident Evil was better. Casey, this will go out to you. Maggot for life.
What is going on
Oh
with that?
my gosh, I don't like
That
it.
is
Her eyes
insane.
are terrifying.
What is that thing?
looks like a fucking Momo.
Oh my god, that was
Ooh.
fucking crazy. He is also in on 5 Questions later today, and he is dressed as a member of Slipknot.
I bet he did awesome.
And he got the living shit kicked out of him.
Every fucking time. It's the
Yeah.
reason I quit showing up to 5 Questions because of Vinny and how bad he sucks at it. Couldn't bear to be a part of it any longer.
Such an asshole. That is not true. It's just he was against Greg Lee tonight and Joey Bishop, and Joey Bishop has seen the movie like 300 times, and Greg Lee studies that shit and shows up in costume.
No. They just watch the movie. I don't think he watches these movies. He's been a supporter for 2 years, and I think he has a combined total of like 3
Well,
months.
he's having a lot of fun. And that's the name of the game. At least that's what they used to say to my fat ass when I was trying to play sports.
So you're super smart.
Les is on the chat and he goes, he's not as bad as I am. That might be true, actually, because Les really does watch the movies and he's not very good. That's just it, though. When you get on screen and you're against either Greg or Woody, or sometimes not Troy Aikman,
Josh Nolan.
Josh
Is he on
Millman.
Wow, I've been
Josh
missing
Millman.
something.
If you're against one of those 3, you're gonna get the shit kicked out of you pretty much every time. So it's just
Well,
luck
Vinny
of the
has
draw.
this book you can buy, I think, or like a movie
Yeah, like a DVD.
to teach you how to do it.
Pretty cheap.
Oh God, so much inside information tonight. One Crazy Summer, a 1986 comedy, at only an hour and 33 minutes.
Woohoo.
The way a movie should be.
Absolutely, especially this one.
6.5 out of 10 on IMDb and 56%, almost a solid 10 points higher on Rotten Tomatoes than our movie last night, Den of Thieves. A budget 3.5 million. Box office 13 million. 13 million. Isn't it crazy that like 2 years later, Demi Moore was getting twice the box office of this movie just to make a movie? You know, because she was in the $20 million
that's true.
club.
So can I ask you a question, Jarrett?
Sure.
Maybe you know the answer to this, maybe you don't. But when we see numbers like this, like obviously it made a profit, right? It made 10 million bucks. But to a movie studio, is that like I went out and made a lemonade stand and I made $3, so it wasn't really worth it? Or is that just like, hey, 10 million bucks is 10 million bucks? Or
So
How does that work?
I'll tell you this. So if it's a superhero movie and it costs 60 million and then the movie makes and then the box office sweeps in 65 or 70 million, that movie fucking flopped. This movie went almost, it went almost 4 times its budget it made, and it's a very successful movie. So like when these
percentage wise, right?
Sure. So it's all relative, right? It's like, and that's the way that all of these dudes who go out and try to get, like Jonah Hill, who went and made that movie late 90s, and like these dudes that try to go out and raise all this money to make movies, and they need to try to get, $6-7 million. Well, if it doesn't make 14 or 15, then they're going to probably have trouble getting more money to make a movie. So, this would be a very, very successful movie. And I'm sure that number is crazy way more than that now because this movie was literally on HBO every day when I was a kid. All right. So had you ever seen this before, Eric?
No, don't believe I've ever heard of it.
Okay. So Eric, as you guys know, every week, Eric, if he hasn't seen the movie before, he guesses what the movie is about.
Over to Eric for his synopsis.
All right. So this is what Eric thought the motion picture was going to be about.
One Crazy Summer tells the story of a group of teens looking for love, trouble, and the meaning of life during their summer vacation. But will they be able to accomplish any of this while the evil killer robots are on the prowl, hell-bent on destroying the Earth?
Is there a picture with like robots or something on it?
Okay, I got a little confused by the sun with the face on it in this thing. And so I didn't know what that had to do with anything. So I just figured, when in doubt, robots.
When in doubt, robots. I got it. Now, if you would have went dolphins, it would have been really fucking close.
That's true.
Yeah, with Foam 2 or whatever they were filming.
All right, do this
I've
for
seen
me.
Foam too, and there are no dolphins.
Are really not even rabid ones?
Mm-mm.
Fuck, you must have got cut. Go ahead and now give us the actual synopsis of this motion picture.
An aspiring teenage cartoonist and his friends come to the aid of a singer trying to save her family property from developers.
Kind of.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. I mean, it's funny how I like how these movies, they simplify things so much that they make it to where it's like, okay, at the start of this movie, they needed to find a way to help this girl. And it's just like, did it say stumbled upon something? Read it for me one more time. Sorry, I was reading Jared Spears' comments.
It says an aspiring teenage cartoonist and his friends come to the aid of a singer trying to save her family property from developers.
Sure. Okay. So, I mean, kinda, but what are you going to do?
But that's like saying that Goonies is the story of 4 kids who band together to save their house.
Right.
And that's technically true.
Sure. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It certainly leaves out.
Yeah, you're right. And that's just it. I feel like they should be short, but I mean, you could add another sentence to that and probably make it a little bit more better. All right. So here's the deal. I am going to discuss throughout this motion picture and let everyone know as we go why this is a perfect 80s movie.
Ooh.
It literally has every single 80s movie plot line. It has stars that became bigger stars. It has music. It has all of the things. And I'm going to point most of them out as we go, unless I get on a tangent about Chick-fil-A again and forget. But Eric, by the time this is over, you will look back on it and go, I made a mistake. This was a perfect 80s movie.
Look, all of that may be true. All the things you just said may be true. It will not change the fact that on Saturday night, I watched this film and laughed a grand total of 2 times the entire time. And one of them was on accident. Because I was laughing at how fucking stupid it was when that dumb bitch gets herself out of the dolphin. That's fucking stupid. And that was one.
The dumb bitch being the little redheaded girl?
The little girl.
Yeah, that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in any movie ever. And then the only other time I laughed was when that guy picks up the little doll and he goes, every time you find a doll like this, there's a little girl out there. And the guy goes, are you sure you want to be in the Marine Corps?
Exactly.
And that's it.
Every one of Bill Murray's brothers' lines are super calculated and funny if you just give them a chance. But you sit there and watch the movie with a big puss on your face, and I'm not talking about your wife. I'll tell you that much.
Hey,
but you sit there all pissed off that you have to watch it because you've already decided that you're not going to like it.
That's not true. That's not true. I am not a cranky person generally.
How would you describe yourself as your
pleasant as fuck?
Is there really such thing as an accidental laugh, though?
Has this messed up your nap schedule?
I just kind of threw my hands up like, okay.
But here's the
Like
thing.
a ridiculous laugh.
This isn't supposed to be like it.
It's
Even
not supposed to be funny.
Did this
No,
make
it's
you feel
supposed
the
to be
same
funny.
as Better Off Dead?
Yes.
Okay, good. So no, but here's
So you
what I'm
just have
saying.
bad taste in movies.
Here's what I'm saying. When this
Maybe.
movie starts and he's getting his clothes washed, he shows up to graduation in graduation attire had shrunk, and then they throw their caps
Even
up in the air,
hat.
and a guy gets killed by the thing. You at that point you have to know, okay, here's the caliber of humor that I'm gonna relax and let myself laugh at a little redheaded girl coming out of a dolphin's fin after eating the guy from the Twisted Sister videos.
I mean, at least that happened at the very end of the film. I was already way over it. And that scene with the doll happens early on. That was fairly promising. I was like, okay, I mean, maybe.
All right. Well,
Nope.
we'll point out a few other funny things that did happen along the way. Everybody sit back, relax, and let's enjoy this podcast together. Here we go, guys.
I gotta get out of generic this summer. I'm gonna lose my mind. Oops, come to Nantucket with me. We'll have a blast. We'll scale Myrmidons. I can't be going and being a party monkey, George. I gotta buckle down. I've got 2 weeks to submit my scholarship assignment. It's the only chance I'm gonna get to get into Rhode Island School of Design. Come on, Hoops, it's the summer. We're high school graduates now. I mean, it's time to reap the rewards of 4 years of hard, grueling, mind-expanding work. What's his word? Your last name.
See, comedy. Did you know this was Bill Murray's brother, by the way?
No.
didn't
I
know
never
that either.
recognize him, and he's in like everything.
Yeah, John Cusack and him look nothing alike.
Not even a little bit.
Now, I think one of the really cool elements of this that I really loved as a kid was the fact that he's an artist, and like they keep bringing along the love story, they keep bringing in and out the various animation things like that. I love the running thing with the cute and fuzzy bunnies. And you know, and even that first opening scene where he's, because I didn't realize that Casey had seen this before, but you know, again, I should have known because it's literally on cable all the time. But I
think I threw this into the list.
You sat down right as the cute and funny little bunnies were making fun of the guy, so he sawed them in half with a machine gun or whatever, and like we both
Blood
just died
everywhere.
laughing on that. And just the fact that his name is Hoops. Now, an interesting thing, guys, if you didn't know this, Eric pointed out of why his name was Hoops, which I thought was that. So that's later in 5 questions, but that was really cool. Very good, solid work by you, Eric.
I don't know.
Eric, do you want to go ahead and let her in on it, or do you have to wait and listen to
Yeah.
it?
I mean, we dig deep on trivia here. So that is a reference to the name of one of the guys in a Steely Dan song from 1980. I forget the name of the song. Hold on. Hold, please. A song called Glamour Profession. And Steely Dan got their name from the William S. Burroughs novel Naked Lunch, named after an oversized steam-powered strap-on dildo named Steely Dan.
Hoops.
Yeah,
There he is.
Hoops Callahan or whatever it was.
McCann.
McCann.
And it's funny that his name is Hoops, and that they explain it off that he's not good at basketball or whatever, but just the fact that his mom made him fucking just named him Hoops so that he would be a basketball player. You know, that pays off later. Like I said, the cap and gown is all shrunk up, and then they're like, congrats grads, and they throw the hats up. And I just remember that scene, and I don't think that I always remembered that it was from this particular movie. So when that happened, I was like, yes, oh, that's what this movie is from. Because I always think that every time kids throw those hats in the air, like somebody's gonna get dead.
You're gonna lose an eye.
Get dead.
Somebody's gonna get stabbed right between the shoulder blades. I've seen it happen before. I did the running gag of the whole dog, that poor ugly dog who really, you know, I mean, it just had some stuff going on. Now, did anybody else like Better Off Dead? You guys?
I did, yeah.
Okay. Did you notice that the crosswalk lady was Ricky's mom?
No.
Okay, so here, the crosswalk. So there's tons and tons of overlap in this movie. Obviously, there's Booger from Revenge of the Nerds, who's also in Better Off Dead. There's they use Twisted Sister in the soundtrack, and of course the one guy is from Animal House, and he was in the Twisted Sister videos. There's tons and tons of these little wacky little overlaps through this whole thing, and
Well, it's the same director as Better Off Dead, right?
yeah, that's probably what it is, because it feels the same, doesn't it? As far as just, I know it does to you.
Well, Better Off Dead, I know it. I open myself up for getting miles of shit every time I don't like a film that people like, but wasn't there even animation in that one too? In Better Off Dead, little vignettes of dumb animated shit.
They did the thing where he lays his head down at the hamburger place that he works at, and
And the hamburgers come to life or something.
all of the stuff comes to life, and they Van Halen's "Everybody Wants Some," and he's just running around playing guitar and shit. But then when he comes to, he's destroyed the restaurants.
I thought that seemed familiar.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing, is I guess this guy probably does kind of come back and use a bunch of the same people and whatnot. How tough did the motorcycle gang look that chased her into the bathroom?
Do you know who that was playing the lead punk?
He's an ex-football player, right?
That's John Matuszak.
Okay.
From the Raiders, I believe.
Yeah, just big, scary. This was in that time in the 80s where all of them thought they would be actors.
You didn't even talk about the if your face will get stuck
Oh,
that
I
way.
skipped right over that, didn't I?
That is like the most memorable thing from this entire movie. Like that, like traumatized me as a child. Like I remember, like kind of being like, "All right, we're gonna try it," and being like, I was young enough to be like, "This could ruin my life."
Yeah, the girls are teasing her. You're from space. You're from space. She lets them do it the first time, but then they do it to her dog.
Nope.
And he says, don't ever say anything about the dog, and they get slapped on the back.
I will have you know that John Matuszak also was Sloth in the Goonies.
Oh, good. Wow, good job. Eric, you're on fire. Yeah, so there's the whole money, and then and again, so here's one of those things. One of the things is he's constantly saying, "I hate boats," and it says it the whole time. And then at the end of the movie, obviously they're like, "You're going to be the captain," and I'm like, "He has told you guys multiple
that was a
times."
dick move.
You sons of bitches.
Yeah, here's the deal. You guys are going to let me be the pilot one day?
Right.
If we're all in that
Yeah,
situation, am I going to be the
exactly.
pilot?
And I'll steer a hot air balloon also.
The Stork twins. So you were saying last night, Eric, that Bobcat Goldthwait just absolutely drove you crazy.
Look, it's just, I think it's all coming together, right? I don't like this director. I haven't liked either one of the movies. I don't like the dumb animated shit. But this one was worse than the other one because Bobcat Goldthwait wears me out. And I can't find it redeeming in any way. And maybe it's just a period piece. Maybe it's just we're not like, our kids aren't going to find fucking Dane Cook funny, or I don't know. But I can't.
I don't find
Jared
Dane
doesn't
Cook
find
funny,
Dane Cook funny at all.
I mean, like,
I thought to find that guy a lot more annoying, and I laughed so hard.
yeah.
No, it's like it's one of those things that's so nostalgic for me that like every time he even like would start to speak, it just would make me like want to giggle
Or just
like,
scream, just ah!
And even just
I
like his,
want to start doing that.
after he would say something too, if you just would watch his mannerisms, I mean, it
so
didn't
funny.
ever just stop, and
I'd have been 9 when this came out. I would have found that hilarious back then had I been allowed to watch it.
Right.
No doubt.
And I think it's important for people to continually to remember that you weren't allowed to watch these things when you were of the age that we were when we saw it for the first. Now, Amy, had you seen it before?
No, I never even heard of it.
Oh, okay. So
Until today.
I mean, not one of the bigger ones. I mean, it's an interesting one that got voted on, but I was very surprised at the feedback of how many people had seen it. But yeah, I mean, and Bobcat Goldthwait was, I mean, this was his comedy shtick. So he did this live on stage, and this was the character he played. And so, but then he played this character in this movie, and then he played the same character as a bad guy in the Police Academy movies, or I guess
he's in like all of them.
I think he starts on Citizens on Patrol. So I think he's no. He's the bad guy in the second one, and then he's in 3, which is Citizens on Patrol. And then he starts to be in all of them. But that's pretty much as far as that would take him, because you can't just keep casting a character of a character.
It kind of reminds me of Gilbert Gottfried, just
Hmm.
that one thing.
Yeah.
Man. And I guess their history is littered with performers who had one thing and made a career out of it. And that's fine. It just stressed me out.
Yeah. He was the producer, or he's the director of the Jimmy Kimmel Show now.
He was.
It was. Yeah, that's right.
Really?
But he was when we were on it. When BFS was on it, we got to meet Bobcat Goldthwait, and he just talks in a normal voice. And
Oh, I'd like to see that.
it was-
He's like Shaggy.
I was thinking the same thing.
yeah, it's like, hey everybody, how's it going?
Ooh, what if he talked like Shaggy normally?
Dude, that would be weird. Yeah.
Like singing Shaggy.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Okay, guys, we're gonna," that's with a little that nobody loved. So yeah, so we, you start to get to the obviously here's the thing. So it's the OG setup, right? This is an 80s movie. This is how 80s movies went. You have these guys that are going on an adventure, and then somebody else is in trouble, or there's something going, and they get mixed into the group, and we have it's set. It's time to set sail, literally, on a ferry and get to the Stork Twins. And then our reoccurring joke of Foam 2, the giant dolphin with rabies that terrorizes a small New England town. It's funny. I hated that Teddy character so much when I was a kid, and I actually found him to be really fucking funny on this watch. Like, just the bad guy. He was just cast so perfectly, as he looks as douchey as he acts. Did you guys ever win anything off the radio? Anybody?
Never.
No,
I
but
did. I won Dallas Stars tickets off the radio one time.
Is it like
Oh.
calling in, like being a numbered caller and shit?
From Kid Craddock, rest in peace, Kid.
Mm.
They were on the air, and they asked if anybody knew where it was during the Stars playoff run, when they won the Stanley Cup in like '99 or whatever that was.
Yep.
Maybe before that. And so I just called. They wanted to know where you got those flags for your car, and I was like, "Oh, they sell them at the grocery store, Albertsons at the time, I believe." And they're like, "Oh, cool, thanks for calling in. Are you going to the game?" And I was like, "No, wish I could afford tickets, but unfortunately not." They're like, "Well, you're the winner of 2 tickets," and that was pretty rad.
Nice,
That's
dude.
cool.
Yeah, that's a cool one. They baited you in with that shit.
Yeah, they didn't say anything about winning tickets. They just wanted to know where you got those flags from.
my brother couldn't stop winning things on the radio for like a long period of time. It was weird. He just won every time he tried. And at some point he had like so many Zunes that he like stopped picking them up from Dallas. Do you remember the Zunes?
Yeah, totally.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "You want some Killers tickets?" And I'd be like, "I can't drive." And he'd be like, "All right, fuck it. I don't want them." And he just wouldn't get them. Like, he just kept winning things.
Yeah. Yeah, I won a bunch of. I'd win things, as a kid or whatever. I won the answer machine. You had to call in with your number, and they'd call back, and I won the answer machine contest. And but my friend Jeff Hughes, his mom won a Pac-Man machine one time, legit, like full size Pac-Man machine. And I had a friend that won a Jeep off of MTV.
Good Lord.
And he is in the penitentiary for the rest of his life because he was a serial rapist. True story.
He liked cereal?
Just the tale as old as time.
Tale as old. It's the OG 80s movie setup. See, he wins this Jeep and then he just gets all rapey.
It's the Jeep thing.
That's what happened.
Fucking Jeep people. That's what it is.
It's a gateway car.
Jeep. The gateway car. So Aki's dad, of course, just has.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was trying to work a joke up in my head, but I couldn't remember what that bumper sticker is. That's like, if I'm something, just roll me over. And there's definitely a rape joke there. And I was just
for
trying
the
to piece
Jeep,
it all
yeah.
together.
If you can read this,
Then flip me over.
flip me over.
Yeah.
And you put it on upside down.
There's got to be like a
On her back. Is
drunk
that
sorority
bad?
sister joke there or something. I don't know. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get
then
got
you root your drink.
no.
Les just said he owns 3 Jeeps.
Uh-oh.
No, noted triple rapist.
A triple threat.
Jesus Christ.
Literally.
Yeah.
This is when your boy Ak is out there collecting the shells and the doll thing, which you sure you want to be a Marine, which I've always loved that part. Just how
It's so good, and it's so deadpan delivery. It's so good.
so that same guy, there's this movie that was out a few years before this called Moving Violations, and he basically played. Now I guess maybe it was a year after this or so, but he played the snarky like guy that has to go back to like a driver's course because he's got too many tickets or whatever, and he plays that same like deadpan shit. And one of the things that I carried with me from that movie, and I use it all the time, was they're going through this class about like driving, and the guy's like a total dick, and he's like, "Anybody got any questions?" And he goes, "Yeah, I have a question. You have any tips on what to do with those darn holiday leftovers?" That, Eric, is comedy.
I bet if I saw it and it was delivered better, I would find that hilarious.
God damn it.
Roadhouse.
All right. So, and then there's the car alarm at the funeral. You know, the old car alarm at the funeral trick.
You know, how many times have we seen that? We saw it in Schindler's List. We saw it here.
This is a dark episode.
Yeah, it is going that
Just
way.
super like Schindler's-y and rapey and shit. It's just,
Well, to counter last night's 4 hours of hibachi talk, I
Yeah.
figure we'd bring it around.
Let's go back to the food.
yeah, we could do that. So what y'all want to have an eating? You want to what can we get here by the time?
I had Long John Silver's for lunch.
Are you
Oh my
serious?
God. Are you
feeling okay?
so you're going to shit your pants in a minute.
Your poop
Yeah.
is gonna float for a week.
Very oily and just
God, just sweating
Just-
oil.
Yeah, you're just like in there, like
Did you eat the crunchies?
for sure.
those are
Yeah.
the best thing.
You're
man.
not going to be okay tonight.
I know,
I-
but
I swear. I mean, it has to have been at least 20 years, maybe 25 years since I've had that.
No
I
way.
can eat one of those
What are-
cod. I can eat one of those cod fillets in 4 bites.
Right. What about a cock fillet?
It'll take Amy 30 bites.
Yeah. Probably.
Gulp. Nope.
Nope.
All right. Hey, so here's the deal. I don't want to take a break this early because I don't want to lose anybody, but I need to go get some ice because I'm drinking water and I literally physically can't drink it warm.
And Eric is going to shit his pants.
Do y'all want to hang,
No, I'm fine.
or do you want to take? Do you want to take 5 and come back, or do you want to just y'all hang and I'll be right back?
Just come right back. We'll just hang out.
Okay.
Just
We
be-
won't say anything.
Nope. We're just going to look at each other.
Staring contest. Ready, set, go.
Oh, no. I've lost.
Damn it, Sean.
I can change my picture real quick. I think. Oh, wait. Hang on.
I'm not good at those anyway.
It's going to be great. What?
You guys want to hear some jokes?
Yes.
Yep.
Why was the pencil so stinky?
Stinky?
Why?
Because it was a number 2.
Oh, that'll do it.
All right, Sean, your turn.
No, I'm not even going to say it. Nope. Nope. I had the best joke ever, and I told Amanda that I can't say it anymore. So.
Did you know that milk is the fastest liquid on Earth? It's pasteurized before you even see it.
Oh,
no. All right. Next.
How do you follow Will Smith in the snow?
Oh,
You follow the Fresh Prince.
okay. I like that one.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
that's
getting
okay.
better. Go on.
What do you call a very nosy pepper?
Sneezy.
Jalapeno business. Why did the Scarecrow win an award at work?
Ooh, I know this one
Mm.
because I'm looking at it right now on Google.
Oh, you guys Googled the same thing.
You can say the punchline. It's your joke.
Because he was outstanding in his field.
Okay.
This is really good, guys. We're doing really
Wow.
good.
I'm so proud of us.
So, anybody else miss hibachi or
What did one ocean say to the other ocean?
what?
What?
Nothing. He just waved.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck up, Vinny. It was supposed to be dumb from the start.
I think we've
Christ
lost
almighty.
people so far.
What?
Let's keep it going.
We've lost 4 people. Yeah, let's get down to 0.
Keep
including-
going. I'm gonna go get some ice. You guys just hang out.
Me and Casey will just start talking about school.
Why don't y'all talk about Chick-fil-A or something?
How many bites does it take you to eat a Chick-fil-A sandwich with pickles?
Just the pickle and chicken sandwich, not with the
Correct.
all the stuff.
Yes.
I mean, if I was just on a normal day,
Yeah.
6 bites.
Golly. What do you think?
9.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking anywhere from 10 to 15.
What do you eat like a squirrel?
Yeah, I've been told I eat like a bird.
Well, Woody can do it in 4. Michael
19.
Lablanovitz. Lyablanovitz.
That's
19.
harder than a McDonald's one.
Oh, for sure. It's a lot thicker.
Yeah.
There's a hibachi place by my house called Shogun.
Yeah.
I've heard,
Really good.
Good. How is it?
I've heard
It's really good. It's affordable hibachi, but high quality.
And you'll also shit your pants.
So tell me what you had from Long John's, because now I kind of want that.
Fucking 3 fish with some coleslaw and fries and all the Crispies and some hush puppies.
Oh, I forgot about the hush puppies.
It was really great.
Tartar
You-
sauce or vinegar?
Both.
Okay.
Wait, Eric, were you over by me?
I wasn't over by anybody, but Kelsey was at 380 in McKinney. There's one and brought it home.
Oh, I thought you went to the one in Plano.
Jeff Skaggs suggests that we do the movie The Last Dragon.
I'll have to add that to the list.
I don't know.
That was episode 165. I'm just guessing.
Fact
Sean,
check.
you tell me if I'm right.
You're not. It was like one.
Oh, thank God he's back. Ugh.
What?
We're
Well,
not.
it was either that or we just take a break, but then the 5-minute break turns into 18 minutes because everybody's got some shit to do. Hey!
Managed to make it the most awkward 5 minutes of all time.
Yep.
Everett is awake.
I had noticed that. What's going on there?
He's saying his tummy hurts. And he knows you haven't gone to check on it.
I told him I was going to go after the podcast.
Oh, okay. All right. We're back.
We can
We
do it.
barely even noticed you were gone.
Oh, yeah?
The show just kind of ran like it normally does.
I love it.
There weren't any silences.
I love it, guys.
The whole thing.
No, there was laughs everywhere.
I heard Casey laughing. So it must have been hilarious.
It was hilarious.
Remember the movie The Runaways?
What?
No.
Did
Yeah.
we do that movie? No, that wasn't what we did.
Yeah, we did it whenever without Jarrett.
Oh, yeah.
It was a podcast. It was a terrible movie.
It was a terrible podcast, too.
Was it? I thought it was okay.
It was a real double threat, that one.
Lucy Mary goes, Sean, leave this in so the people have to suffer in their cars.
Yeah. They just run their car right off the
I was
road.
going to say, we'll know in 2 weeks when traffic accidents spike all over the world.
I can't do it anymore.
If you screw it up this year, Ted, that decaying old man, your grandfather, takes everything away. Do you understand, Ted? If you don't come home with that trophy, we lose it all. No more pools, no more Ferrari. And do you know what happens then, Ted?
Don't say it, Dad.
That's right, Ted. You'll have to go to
No!
Work!
No, Dad, don't say it! Don't say that word, please! I'll win! Just don't say that word!
That's why I need this Eldridge land. With this land, I can finally start building Beckerstead Estates. And that crazy old man. Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Grandpa.
Have a wonderful day. That crazy old man can't hold that race over my head every year.
Okay, so this was stupid. You know, this whole thing is dumb, but you know, it helps with the plot.
Has anyone ever taken you by the ear?
No,
Me either.
And-
Is it really that painful?
yeah. And
Casey,
also,
how many pounds of pressure does it take to rip someone's ear off?
she'll be right back.
Oh, damn it.
Got it.
I believe it's 7. But Casey says that spouts that statistic all the time because apparently, if you can just rip somebody's ear off,
8 pounds.
8 pounds. That's crazy.
Kim Murphy says, was he wearing arm floaties? And I'm wondering the same thing. Why is a kid wearing arm floaties in the pool when he is
But
the
I
9-time boat champion or whatever?
even weights. I just thought of that.
That's exactly right. You are supposed to. Oh, weights? Maybe I thought they were
I
floaties
thought they were
too.
floaties in the first time, but when I just watched it here, I'm thinking, oh wait, maybe it was weights.
Okay, maybe. Totally. So our child just got busted with his iPad in his room.
Oh, man.
Wait, and
trying to guilt me.
and it's basically it makes it harder for him tomorrow because we just talked about this, right? We're limiting the screen time. And so yeah, what does that mean for him tomorrow, babe?
Fuck if I know.
She's got to calm down first.
Yeah,
I
I
know
know.
that feeling.
You know what? I mean, put it on the spot. Fuck it. You know,
No.
it means the same thing as it did today.
Oh god, that's how I felt 2 days ago.
Did you guys recognize the older guy, the dad?
No.
George Burns?
So he was the no, not that guy.
Is that him?
That is not George Burns.
The granddad, you mean?
That is not George Burns.
It's
George-
not George Burns.
Was long dead, or at least was about to die.
It's Liam Neeson.
This
no,
just
that guy
in.
doesn't look too good. So
Liam Neeson. No, no, but the not the grandpa, but the dad was in. He is the guy. A pledge pin on your uniform in Animal House, and then in the Twisted Sister videos, we're not going to take it. And I don't want to rock. So
He wasn't in the Twisted Sister video that they performed at the Universal Theater's backlot when Pee Wee Herman came driving by.
No, he was not there in that video.
That was the video for You're Gonna Burn in Hell.
That's right. Yeah. And I bet your parents loved that song.
Again, like my parent, like I guess that is the fucking thing that drives me the most crazy about all of this was just how dumb this stuff was that they were so afraid of. Twisted Sister? Are you kidding me? That guy wearing purple eyeliner and with a fucking, it wasn't a perm, but whatever it just like this is obviously hokey theatric shit.
Yeah.
And my parents just thought if I listened to it, I would just
That you weren't going to take it anymore.
yeah.
Because you wanted.
No.
Oh.
We ain't gonna take it. Yeah, it was just so weird. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I agree. I think.
But it just seems funny because like me and my mom used to like watch that on pop-up video. She'd be like, "Oh, you got to check this out. Come here, you're gonna
she's
love
the
this."
one just like,
I was like,
so
"Oh,
excited.
Well,
I get, that you don't want your kids like into like occult shit or whatever kind of like. I don't want my daughter doing Slender Man stuff on the internet. I find that stuff a little weird and off-putting, right?
What is it?
It's just it's like a series of creepy horror novelty weird shit that kids fucking I don't know.
I gotta see what.
Anyway,
all I know is it's all supposed to be. It's supposed to like encourage them to do like bad shit.
yeah, that like there were 2 elementary school girls who tried to murder their classmate because of this shit. And
Yeah.
I get that those things
About 2 months
whatever.
after Everett dressed as that dude for Halloween
Oh shit! He did.
on the Disney cruise.
He did. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that there was a whole thing behind it. I thought it was just like a little costume that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought it was just like the name of like whenever they give you like on the costumes, they can't say like the legal names of things. They just put something else instead of Mickey Mouse. It'll just be like overall rodent.
Yeah.
Two 12-year-old girls in held down and stabbed a 12-year-old classmate 19 times in 2014 because of this shit.
But so please enlighten me. What does it say that it is? What is this? So it's stuff where they like dare you to do shit or tell you you're going to need to do shit, or
It's kind of like that. I think people just write stories about like based on this character, and they just get creepier and weirder and just
Yeah, it started as a meme, but it's the supernatural character that just floats around and is depicted as a thin, unnaturally tall humanoid with a featureless head and face wearing a black suit.
that sounds like me.
Just run with it.
He's an urban legend inspired children to kill.
Anyhow, all I'm saying is that there's some difference between hokey, dumb stuff and really serious stuff. And my parents weren't the only ones in my congregation who could not separate or see the difference between the two.
no. And I mean, so Dave Hell grew up in that same thing, and some of the literature that he has sent me, where he goes, "This is what I grew up in." Like I'll read that and literally like just. And maybe I'm getting off topic. The point is that you're right. A lot of people were sheltered from, pop culture and things like that. That's not that rare. I mean, there were definitely kids that weren't able to listen to certain music or able to go do certain movies. They're still like that today, right? There's still kids that don't have the same social media as other kids, and and some shit. I think Jack has a couple of friends that still don't have phones, and they're fucking 15. I mean, and maybe those parents are on
Nerds.
That's what I said. I said, don't hang around with those fucking kids.
I think parents had it figured out because instead of just being like that, I mean, my mom still will occasionally be like, yeah, you have the fucking devil screaming out of your bedroom all day because she hated my music. But instead of just being like, that is wrong, you can't do that, they'd just be like, oh, do you think that's super cool? Do you feel super cool listening to that? Like,
Don't put yourself edgelord.
Just make you just feel like, maybe I'm not fucking cool at all.
I don't know. I don't know what's worse, man. That that to me is like fucking with me. Like, yeah, I do think it's cool, but that's what I'm saying. But it didn't make me want to like rebel against my mom. It made me be like, maybe I'll turn my music down so she won't make fun of me. Well, see, that's just it. But it makes some other kid grab a fucking machete. You know what I mean?
Yeah, really.
Like, probably the ones who were just going like, "That's the devil." You can't. And they're like, "Oh, you listen whatever I want, mom." I was just like, "Oh man, hey guys, we just."
My mom's making fun of me.
Just turn the Marilyn Manson down a little bit. Hey, let's not watch that. She's gonna make fun of their pants. I just don't want to listen to pants again.
God, I love the psychological warfare going on.
Yeah,
part of it for me, like getting into Ozzy and things like that, was that I was scared of it at first, and then like realizing how just insanely how some of it was campy. It's not like I really thought that he fucking I didn't really think Gene Simmons spit blood or breathed fire for real. I thought it was fucking theatrically neat, and obviously it was like Kiss to me is so storybooky and so weird, oddly just
like a comic book.
Comic book. It's very it's just not smart. It's very, very dumbed down and watered down. Like their lyrics are so bad and so just silly. But it's basically like, why is Nickelback so popular in certain areas? It's like, look, because it's simple, it's easy. These were dudes that were dressed up as fucking these crazy characters and then singing these songs that were easy to learn. Exactly. Just it was right off the conveyor belt. But the thing is you wouldn't know how unterrifying it was unless you heard it. But really, to get to listen to it, you had to get through, this set of parents or that set of parents, because it meant, knights in service of Satan or whatever, and it could have meant fucking anything. But, and that's just it. I remember just the coolness of Kiss for me wore off really fast. I know that's not like that for a lot of people. I know a lot of people are still into them and love that and all of that. But like for me, I recognized pretty early like how silly it seemed to me. But then I was terrified of Ozzy Osbourne. And then once I actually listened to it, I was like, oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, it's actually not scary.
And did your parents care at all?
My parents didn't give two shits.
My mom did. I would come out like whenever I started wearing all black and stuff. Like she didn't love it, but she'd just be like, hold on a second, let me get my camera so that you can laugh about this in 10 years.
Oh no. We had cable and we had Skinamax and HBO from the very start, and they never monitored what we watched ever.
Oh, man.
And we listened to whatever we wanted. In fact, you know what? The only time my dad ever said anything about my music ever. Now he didn't like the way I looked. He didn't like my hair. He definitely, he didn't speak to me a month after the earrings. He hated the black t-shirt. So all of that was normal, but they just really didn't give a shit what I listened to, until my truck, the power steering went out, and it had to be driven, and I could not physically drive the truck because it didn't have any power steering. So he went up, and whenever he started the car, NWA, Nobody Move, Nobody Get Hurt was on. And it was just like, all right, empty your pockets and do it slow. Take everything you got and lay it on the fucking floor. And then, then he goes on to like have sex with the bank teller in the other room. And my dad was just like, well, there's some questionable music that you're listening to here. I don't even remember what he said. I'm sure he probably said it was stupid, but
That's quite a story they're telling.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, well, Dad, they're hard.
Yeah, I was saying it before. Like, I think I just assume in my head sometimes that my dad might have been the reason that I liked to listen to rock and roll music or liked, but it's really was all my mom, which is so funny because she was always so blonde and sparkly and like turquoise and like very Texas mom. But she'd be like, well, if you're gonna do all that shit, here's the Sex Pistols and here's this stuff and here's this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
That's kind of how she was. But she didn't really let me get away with thinking I was too cool. Dennis definitely didn't. He'd like walk by and I'd be like sitting on the couch and he'd like toss something to me and I'd look down, it'd be like a bottle of holy water, and he'd be like, just checking, just walk off.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, but you were into like,
Because he's Catholic.
like
I
but
should add that.
it's interesting because we've talked about this before of like, how actually controversial Ozzy was, and who we came to compare it to in your life was Marilyn Manson. And Marilyn Manson was on all of the talk shows and doing all of the stuff and building this reputation of just being this dude who, people were terrified of. And, quite frankly, now we know why.
Yeah.
Because he had his rib removed so he could suck his own dick.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
terrifying.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
That's
that.
not terrifying. That's fucking hot.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant hot.
Well, I feel like he freaked people out in a different way too, because he was so weird and the things were so scary. I will say, like, the first time I ever saw the Beautiful People video, it fucking freaked me out. I was pretty little, but I think it was different than like Ozzy Osbourne fucking like, drinking his own pee and being a fucking, because he was just, Marilyn Manson was so well spoken that freaked people out
Yeah.
more. They were just like, I don't really know what to say to you because I
Right.
want to bash
Sure.
you, but you're really super talented and smart and
Yeah.
and articulate.
Well, it's probably because he was doing private tutoring while he was Paul on the Wonder Years.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's true. Well, there's a movie we're talking about here.
What?
I forgot. So again, the age-old 80s, I think this might be a trope, but I'm not sure. She has to get to town to help her grandpa, and her grandpa dies, and if she doesn't pay the bank in a certain amount of days, they're going to lose it. And then it's up to everybody to try and help. Full-on stereotypical, right down the middle 80s movie. Just that's part of the whole thing. That's, you could even go so far as to say that was a Goonies thing where they've got to try to figure out it. We're going to try to save the thing and we got to go find the treasure and yada, yada. So, many points, many more points coming as to why this is a perfectly executed 80s movie.
Yeah, they should just got a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
They could have just got that going
The only
around.
thing was
Probably
is the
would've-
internet didn't exist really yet.
That can't be right.
We had modems. You could call up, you could like stick your phone on a modem of your Commodore 64 and call into like a computer store and then.
No, don't you print out 10 letters and you put $1 in each one.
Oh, that's funny.
Then you fucking mail that shit out, but you move your address to the top. And then
What's that? The original pyramid scheme?
Then you're rich.
Plain letters.
Yeah, then you're going to be rich.
You know what I fucking did? You know this Gary Wiseman? You guys know this fucker?
Yep.
He's a drummer for a band.
He sends me this invite thing, and I do it. You had to send. I believe the way that it worked is everybody had to send. He had to send this letter to 10 people, and then those 10 people had to send him 8 bottles of wine or something, and then you then had to send the letter out, and then all 10 people had to send. Anyway, you were supposed to get a bunch of wine. I didn't get shit, and I sent him my wine.
Yeah, we're not doing it right because
Yeah, you
Anik
had
had one too, where it was like you send somebody an Amazon gift and then you could just get like 900 more back.
And it worked?
And like I think I tried it and nothing happened, but she had like just a fucking massive amounts of Amazon stuff. I just don't think we committed to what we were supposed to do.
No, I did.
It's also been a
thing.
scam for like lots and lots of years, so maybe
Yeah.
we're just on the wrong end.
But
of
I
it.
was being scammed by Gary Wiseman of Bowling for Soup.
Yeah, if
He
anybody
didn't know,
he's
but
a scam artist, it's scary.
that guy.
yeah, he's been doing it for 25 years.
Yeah. Those guys. If anybody.
All right. So, do you find humor, Eric, in just the way that things are presented sometimes? Like, I wonder if it makes you roll your eyes and it's stupid that she was carrying around the guitar with no case and just carrying it around like that, or do you?
I didn't think that was supposed to be funny. I just thought that was a very 80s way of saying I'm a rock and roller.
Yeah, it's not funny, but I laugh at it. I laugh at the fact that he's carrying a sketch pad on the beach and has to tell her, yeah, I like to draw a little bit or whatever. It's like, oh, I didn't notice that huge sketch pad under your arm.
I know we'll get there, and this is, I don't know, maybe this is too out of order, but I feel like carrying around the guitar that way, you would have expected her to play more than flink 3 times in the whole song.
Flink.
Yeah, we will get to that, actually. We will get to her insanely bad lip syncing. Yeah, so then, again, funny bit. He's buried in the sand, and then they cut him a little shade by putting a chair there. And then the fat guy,
Which
of course,
didn't even shade him at all.
it didn't. And then the fat guy, how was the fat guy supposed to know that he was there? He had headphones on, and the dog pees on him, and then he's forsaken for 8 chicks. And then the guy eats chili out of the gallon can with each.
That was so gross.
So fucking gross.
We
So
forgot our
gross.
chili on the beach.
Yeah. What?
Ugh, so much
We
sand.
should have brought the whole thing of chili to
my
eat on the
God,
beach.
No.
It would have
no.
been so
So
refreshing.
crunchy.
Oh, what?
So refreshing. Yeah, just in the
Yes.
hot sun. And
Ugh,
Wash it down with some milk.
that's botulism waiting to happen.
Oh, that is so bad. But milk was a bad choice. The when he says he goes when he talks to the other dudes, he's just like, man, I just don't know what to draw. And Bobcat Goldthwait's just like, you can like draw us nude, like with no clothes on. Like,
That's so good. You did that last night, and I didn't realize how good it was until today. And then I laughed so
yeah, he's
hard.
like, I give you my body and you treat me
Yeah.
like I'm a.
Exactly. Because, yeah, that's fine. And, so I was never really a huge fan of Bobcat Goldthwait, but as I look back on it, I totally get it because the comedy back then there was like this. There was room for that. There's that dude named Emo. I cannot.
Phillips, Emo Phillips.
Phillips, and there's a lot of these kind of dudes that played these characters. Pee Wee Herman, actually, a very dirty stand-up comedian before he found that niche. So, and again, all right, here we go. Another right down the middle 80s movie trope. I think I'm using the word right, baby. I think I got it figured out. The hot chick who's the girlfriend of the bad guy wants to take him out to the movies because the other guy's busy and do stuff. And of course he goes, even though he's supposed to be at the gig at the Dewdrop Inn.
Yeah, what an asshole.
Yeah. I just don't so
There's
that
not that much peer pressure in the world.
no, there's the that's what some of this like created conflict in 80s movies. It will drive you nuts if you let it be too much, because you're just like, wait a minute, if he likes that girl, why would he just go to the show and tell the other girl I can't go to the movies?
It's not like he knows any of these people.
Yeah.
Well, I wish y'all would quit shitting on this movie because I thought it was really good.
Well, it was.
Well, it's probably a good thing that he didn't go to the Do Drop In, because that was. Look, I don't know if it was my internet fucking up or whatever, but there was about 11 minutes of this movie where the mouths didn't match up with fucking anything, and it wasn't just that. And so, but it made it worse, I believe.
I noticed it in two parts too, where it didn't match up, and this was one of them.
Sitting at the dinner table at the grandma's house, was that the other?
I don't know, but that's where we're at right now in my notes. And she just goes, "Are you?" He goes, "You know how grandmas are. I got to.
Yeah, we told her we'd be there for dinner.
You know how they are." And she's like, "Are you sure you have enough? I can't get you something else." And then she just gets the bill out. Did you guys though did you think to look at everybody's plate like while it was going on and see what was happening?
No.
So the one store, so Bobcat Goldthwait just has 4 chicken pot pies on his plate just for no reason. They're already done, right? But then his twin brother has made like a fortress, like an Alamo shaped fortress out of mashed potatoes, and it's just sculpting the whole thing, whatever. And like, I don't know, I found that to be a very nice little treat that I had never noticed before.
And then none of them have money to pay the bill.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, he's just like, "I've
bill.
got it. Keep the change."
They're all just no eye contact.
Yeah, everybody. Oh, wait. Okay. And that's another thing about the Bobcat Goldthwait character in this movie that I don't think you always used to get from him, is there's a sweetness to him here where he, is a very caring friend, even though he is a little bit odd and that. I mean, he's a caring friend, a caring brother, and even he even asks. He's even nice to Cassandra, whatever. So let's do another clip. And
You're here to write a love story, Hoops. Cookie is a love story.
George, have you seen her boyfriend? He's like Cro-Magnon teen. No way. Besides, I said I was going to help Cassandra. I promised I'd go to her show.
Yeah, but like Cookie asked y'all first. We were there.
You know, Teddy's not even going to be around tonight, Hoops.
You know where Teddy's gonna be? He's gonna be at a little reception celebrating the rape of the land that Cassandra's house now stands on. The Stark brothers told me.
That's true.
You know, Cookie seems like a real nice person. Maybe she'd like to help Cassandra out.
I don't think that's what she's interested in. You know what I mean?
no, what?
Come on, Hoops. Quit thinking about yourself all the time. I mean, go out with Cookie and get her on your side. And then go see Cassandra.
I think I'd rather keep the original bone structure of my face, okay?
Do you want to help Cassandra?
Of course.
Well, listen, the Stork twins are going to the reception after work. If Teddy Say does anything, they'll call me at the drive-in, and the big guy will be watching your back. Trust me.
So there we go. We should have, I guess, played that clip first, because it does get into like how they convinced him to do that. And terrible plan. Again, he needed to remember that he was supposed to be at the Do Drop In.
Just like this weird time in the world where you couldn't just like text a lie like a normal person,
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah, right.
Real quick.
Well, he actually isn't going to do it. He goes, "I'm going to see Cassandra." And then he opens the door and there is Cookie. And she's ready. And then on the way there, of course, the splish splash on Cassandra because she's hitchhiking. And so there's the don't touch the props in the truck when Egg takes over or whatever. And he does the, "Oh, like I'm really gonna." and just like and
You guys, but I'm going to tell you right now, I knew he was going to. At that exact moment,
yeah,
I could already tell.
You could tell that he was going to get in there.
Mm-hmm. He said he wasn't going to, but I knew he was.
Well, it is hilarious that he gets trapped in the Godzilla suit and he then just goes through destroying a building, and the bank manager just happens to be Asian, just with the biggest smile on his face.
Okay, I do take it back.
And the cigar that
Yeah,
gets
exactly.
thrown into his mouth.
There's fire. He's
So
breathing.
funny.
I found that pretty funny.
His voice when he gets stuck, he's like, "Shit!"
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it.
Yeah, and he goes, well, at first he's like in the suit, in the Godzilla suit, and he's looking in the mirror or whatever. He's just like, "Hey, it's good to be here in Club Tokyo." And like just doing stand up.
It's so funny.
but yeah, he's and then there's the two. This is kind of like off the beaten path, but the two gas station attendants that find it necessary to fuck with the little girl's dog, and she shows them once again. But I actually even put that on here, Eric. I put the sync was a little off at the Dewdrop Inn, and it made it worse. Look, the lip syncing was terrible. The songs that she sang was terrible. Her acting like a musician was terrible. It was rough.
Was she acting like a musician?
Well, I'm not
just
sure.
stood there and kind of danced like I did at my 6th grade social. Just one foot back and forth, and that was kind of it.
Hug and sway.
Hug and sway. Leave room for the Holy Spirit.
Right. I forgot about that. Well, that was pretty painful. But again, 80s me probably wouldn't have cared about that. And then she's like, "Did you bring me the popcorn?" And he puts the largest bag of popcorn ever in the middle of him. Did you think about the time I won that huge bag of popcorn at the basketball game?
I did.
One time I won this huge bag of popcorn at a what's the name of that team?
The Legends, Dallas Legends.
The Legends game. And like insane. I mean, it was like this. It was like exactly that, actually. And so these kids kept coming up and asking me for some. And I'd be like, yeah, sure. Take some, whatever. And so then I was trying to get a photo for Instagram with this huge bag of popcorn and these kids, because it was just the whole night was insane. Because
you told me they could have it.
Yeah, I said, if you come, I asked them to take a picture and they said no. And I said, well, if you come take a picture with me and the bag of popcorn.
And their parents were around, by the way.
Yeah, their parents were around. Yeah, this is not creepy at all. I mean, I was just like,
come here.
You know what? Actually, why don't you stand over there? I'll stand here. You take your shirt off. Okay, we're good.
You take this in my van.
Yeah. So anyway, I just said, look, I'm going to give you this if you'll just be in this picture, because it was fucking a great story. And so anyway, picture gets taken and this little girl just goes, "Give me that popcorn," and just takes the bag and runs.
Takes off.
And that's it.
So how did
and
you
she was
win it?
so small.
I actually do not remember how I won it.
I don't either.
Maybe just it was like my seat or something, or like a raffle ticket.
I think that might be it.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. But anyway, I mean, I didn't enter anything trying to win the huge bag of popcorn.
But
I
you
just
got
know that I flipping won.
Either way, you will hear one of us say, "Give me that popcorn."
Give me that popcorn anytime.
All the time.
Anytime that popcorn becomes a thing, that's a thing. But it was just so funny because she's like, "Give me that popcorn," and she takes off running, and like all the other little kids, it's like a little Scooby-Doo moment where they're like, "What do we do? Go!" And they're like, everybody just tears off running in the middle of this basketball game.
Where their legs start moving.
Their little feet, do the. Oh man. So let's see where we are at this thing. Again, we've already talked about. Excuse me. Hey, so sorry, guys. There's just a bunch of hijinks here. Where. There's Akak's dad with the little Boy Scouts or whatever, and that they end up chasing Cookie, and then everybody ends up on the same street as their friend, and she blames these dudes for chasing her, and then everybody ends up at the Dewdrop Inn. And again, this is very important to an 80s movie. She needs to lose the money that she's already gotten to set her back a little bit further.
$100.
And how do you do that? You do that by having the guy that you just met do the thing that he's supposed to be good at, and nobody knows that he's not yet. See? And so they play basketball.
And all you got to do is find a light cover that looks suspiciously like a basketball.
That was funny.
That was fucking...
No, that was fucking stupid.
No, I think she means stupid funny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Stupid to hang the dude up or whatever, to have his arms out anyway. But he pulls the light cover off, and then it's just suspiciously very bouncy and round all of a sudden.
It just bounces. Okay.
Just perfectly.
Sorry, I yelled at you, Amy.
It's okay. I understand.
Yeah, and then so look, they but I did like the part where she goes, he goes, "What, you know karate?" She goes, "No, I know Dow. It's the chemical company that makes mace." That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Street smart girl there. You didn't? Did you get the line though where he's reading the paper and he just goes, "You ever notice that people die in alphabetical order?"
Yeah.
That one got me. I thought that one was really funny. And then
Got him.
she's passing out the worst flyers of all time, just a typed little thing or whatever.
I feel like it could be, like they got so crazy for so long when you back when you had to do that you probably could get away with just your name in 8-point font with the place you're playing and the time and hand that out. And it would be like, wow.
8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
we used to cut them into 4s and
Here,
do that.
you throw this away.
For sure.
She's just like, here you go. And they're just taking it. And just okay, let's make sure you recycle. But yeah. And then, of course,
I think I know just what we need.
He draws her up some flyers. And we have the first of 2 amazing montage.
Gonna say this isn't the only one.
Montage. Little montage. Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
That was funny.
Sorry. Damn it. I'm not doing benefit of the doubt guy right now. This is fine. Yeah. So my favorite part of the whole movie is, and actually, as I told you guys last night, is when Augie is upset and Egg sits him down to tell him about the story of the little fat boy that nobody loved. And they used to make fun of him, and they used to call him names, and then just
So they talk funny.
yeah, and he talked funny. Yeah, exactly. He talked funny, and he had a twin brother,
And he
that
didn't look like him, but he wanted to.
And he's just like, "Were you the little fat boy?" No, but I used to take him and shake him and call, "Why are you so fat? Why are you so fat?" I used
the
to,
shit out
and
of
I
him.
beat the shit out of him. That's
my
right.
God. Because you did that last night, I watched this movie today and I busted out.
Oh.
I laughed so hard.
Oh my god,
That was so funny.
The
This
little
movie
fat
was-
boy that nobody loved.
It was one of those movies that was just on TV all the time. And so this was like the stay home sick movie. That's why I ended up seeing this
wow.
so
See, I
many
didn't
times.
have cable, so I didn't even know this thing existed.
It was just always randomly on in the middle of the day. And so I've seen it 100 times because of that. So like, but I never heard him say beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, I never
before.
heard that part either.
So-
Yeah, because it just used to get I used to shake him. Why are you so fat? Then I would be laughing. So, well, then there's the
Eric's face.
there's the whole deal to get to steal the lobsters and get them into the pool, which I thought was great. After I do my laps, Dad, and then he's got lobster balls. So here's the thing: when she actually does the concert, and things are going well, she sings a song called "Don't Look Back." It is not a good song.
I didn't like it.
I kind of wondered, I was like, is that a real song that was like a song in the 80s? Like, do people-
Don't look back in anger.
It's not. That.
Don't look
back. Is how it went? I think.
Don't look back. Oh no.
Close.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the one.
But yeah, no, I don't think it was. Everybody was in a band in 80s movies, and they all had these terrible songs.
Yeah, well, either way, like, why did she had to fucking carry that guitar that far just so she could go flink 3 times on it? Like,
Well-
don't play guitar. Just don't
Well,
do it.
for some people, it's a bit of a comfort thing, like
yeah, for people that play the guitar.
yeah, that could
Yeah,
be.
it's not comfortable for people who don't know how to play a guitar. That's true.
Her comfort zone.
One thing I've
I saw her
never
in
seen.
striptease and she looked a lot more comfortable.
Oh yeah, well,
Did
yeah,
she
yeah.
ever?
I will say this: one thing I've never seen the door guy just stand up in the middle of the crowd during the applause part and just flash the money and show everybody how much
Oh,
money
yeah.
they made. I'm like, put that away, Jesus Christ! You're gonna get knocked in the head. I don't know how safe Nantucket is. I once knew a man from there.
Yeah, his
No,
dick was.
What?
I don't actually know like what the rest of that is.
There's a bunch of different ones.
Okay, it is a bunch of Nantucket
Yeah.
things.
Which
Okay.
one? Which one do you know, Eric?
There once was a man from Nantucket. His dick was so long he could suck it. He said with a grin as he wiped off his chin, "If my ear were a cunt, I would fuck it."
Yeah, that's a good one. There's
Oh,
once was a
classic.
man. Oh no, that's different. That's a man named Dave. Sorry, different one. Once was a man in Nantucket. Yeah, I don't know anymore. You're right. That's the only one. So, because I was going to say there once was a man named Dave who kept a dead whore in a cave. He said it's a sin, but I get it in. And think of the money that I save.
What?
What? Where? Why?
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
What are those called, though? What is it? What is that rhyming scheme called?
Limerick.
Limerick. That's right.
Yeah. So the bad guy has bought the mortgage, and then he just kicks the goddamn dog. That's highly
Oh, I
illegal.
got mad.
Yeah. At this point, the authorities should be involved. You know?
Did they put one of those no animals were harmed in the filming of this movie things at the end?
They have.
No, I
to.
think they were still
Yeah,
harming animals
when
in
did
movies
that
back then.
Oh
start?
yeah, you could still drop kick a puppy
I
at
think you
that
could
point.
still
Yeah.
kick dogs.
Yeah.
When did they stop harming animals?
1987, I believe, it was the year after this. Not
Harming
pretty sure. You know.
animals in movies.
1939.
Yeah, you had
Yeah.
early because of like horses and shit. Because they used to like really make them fall. Well, they still fall down, right? But they have to train.
There was
them
a
to do
movie
that.
a couple years ago, one of those fucking make you cry dog movies,
Yes.
and people were really pissed because they like had like behind the scene footage
Yeah.
of them like throwing these German shepherds into the water
People
or
got
something like
real
that
mad.
to try to make them do stuff, and people were not liking.
You should have seen what they did to Old Yeller.
I've actually never seen that.
Me either.
Oh boy.
Oh, I won't spoil it for you. You should watch it.
Well, it was on the list during the animals die.
It was.
thing, so I think we're pretty close. We watched Babe yesterday, and I had never seen that, and that was not the movie I thought I was going to watch, but I enjoyed it.
Does Babe die in the end?
He doesn't actually. In
Oh,
fact,
good.
I think he pretty much secures a very good future for himself.
Yeah, and it kind of just teaches children the realities of the world. Like, yeah, one duck did get killed, and you feel sad for a second, and then you realize, oh wait, I don't actually know that duck. Fuck him.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I thought it was this duck, but now that it's a duck,
Yeah,
I don't
you're
know,
a little
I don't
bit
give a
bummed
shit.
out. Yeah, exactly. And then he's like, "Oh, that's Helen or whatever," and
Yeah.
he just
And then everyone just moves on with their life. Like,
Yeah,
oh, fuck,
okay,
never
yeah.
even-
Fuck that duck. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, it's as long as it's not this duck.
No, I'm
We're
sorry.
all
I thought it
good.
was a duck I knew. That's fine.
Well, the plan involves a boat, and that's going to be a whole thing. But then, so they get a boat, and it's
I think I know just
You know,
what we need.
it is what it needs some work, and there's only one thing that can fix a boat. Eric,
Elbow grease. And a montage.
montage. I need to shorten this because I like to get to the end of it where it does the montage. I don't remember what it does.
What does it do at the end?
It's been so long since I've gotten there.
I think
Here,
I
let me
know
see.
just
I like that they
what
just
we
called it the
need.
boat.
Yeah.
Let's just talk over it until it gets to the end.
I want you to go all the way to the end of my penis.
Okay. But yeah, they called it the boat, and then we're gonna get to the christening here in just a second. Gonna need a montage.
Look, now Eric has the boobs on the screen. We already talked about that.
Talked about it with everybody else.
It's on like a 7-hour loop, like the Yule log. Nick Offerman.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that was worth the wait.
Yeah, that
I
was
love it.
totally worth the wait. It makes it seems like more time has passed.
I don't know if I've ever noticed that one. I'm always too busy laughing at the fading part.
That's amazing. All right. Let's see here. Montage.
Stand still, Teddy.
Come on, Dad. I got to do my laps.
I have not yet mastered this contraption. When I have, then you may continue your laps. Damn it. You know who this is, Ted?
No.
That is trouble. That is the girl that just might ruin my restaurant on the bluff. She's singing or something tomorrow night. If people do actually show up to hear her, she might make some money. She might make enough to pay back the bank. What are we going to do about it, Ted?
Have we already watched this clip?
God.
No?
No, you just got ahead in your
Oh, well, we talked about all the shit that goes up to the thing. We're already
Well, that's great. Then let's get the next clip going, you know?
skipped right over this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think that happened before the christening. I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, no, this is right before the little fat boy thing. I guess I just couldn't wait.
You got really excited
Yeah.
and you blew your load.
I am so sorry that happened. Sean, leave it like that. I like it. Oh, fuck.
What happened?
Hold on, everything's fine. I fucking pressed the wrong button. Hold on.
Sounded like you got shocked or something.
Fine. Everybody's good, guys. We're fine. We're fucking killing it right now. This is the second to the last clip, by the way. This may be the quickest podcast of all
What
time.
in the world?
Well,
Yeah.
it was an hour and a half movie. So
Well,
it's a vast departure from what
you
we've been
know
watching.
what? Well, also when none of us are drinking.
Just don't leave the room again.
Yeah, exactly. I can hold it, I guess. For some reason, I can hold water more than I can hold beer. Wait a minute. I hold my alcohol just fine. Is that what that meant? What?
In your bladder?
No.
Yeah, no, you pee a lot.
Yeah.
I don't pee as much as Derek.
Does he
No,
pee a lot?
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. No, Derek goes and takes 30-minute poops.
Yeah, it's
like
the
in the
poops.
middle of a party.
Yeah.
That's
and
right.
then he came out of the bathroom the other day. Where'd everybody go? Well, I told you they were leaving 20 minutes ago.
George? I'd like to welcome you all to the christening of the boat. And for this gala occasion, I got a little something that my parents brought me back from their trip to France. I've been saving it for a special occasion. I think this is it. Oh, that's really nice. Cassandra, would you do the honors?
Hey.
To the boat? To the boat! Whoa. We'll fix that later.
Yeah, we'll patch that. Patch
Come
that a
on,
little
Eric.
bit.
Not even a little bit. The tiny bottle coming out of the big bag. Come
The
on.
only thing I found funnier about that was he said a little something that my parents got on their trip to France, but
Yeah.
it was obviously just from the airplane.
It's
Yeah.
Jose Cuervo.
I guess.
Here's why you're overthinking the movie a smidge. I didn't even put that together. I just laughed because it was a small bottle in a big bag.
Well, I'm a little more cerebral with my humor than you are.
Clearly.
I don't know what that means. Well, they give him a captain's hat, and it's a nice Vikings hat. And he's told him again. He said, and again, this is another just right down the middle 80s situation. He needs to overcome this fear, right? Just like the Karate Kid had to overcome this injury once he had his leg swooped. This guy has to overcome his fear of boats. And just like, yes, he could either have Mr. Miyagi rub his hands together or he could have sex with Demi Moore in a boat.
I choose sex with Demi Moore in a boat.
Same.
You have to do Miyagi.
Me?
His hot hands.
Well, I don't know. If he put them on your dick, I bet that would feel good, actually. You know what I mean? If you got like the Miyagi hot hands on the
Oh, like if I broke my dick and then he laid me on a table.
Dennis Rodman broke his dick. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's with Madonna or something, right?
Oh, no. He had sex with Madonna, but he didn't.
Carmen Electra.
No. He married her, I think.
Man, I don't know.
Oh,
I need to reread the Dennis Rodman
Who did
biography.
he kill?
Can we end the show right now?
Way to go.
I don't even want to try to be funny anymore.
Nope.
That
I'm
was good.
fucking out. Just a little sleeper Casey over there. Just
Mhm.
fucking. So Teddy brings his car in for a tune-up, and again, this is kind of sad when Egg sees his brother being hit. By the way, that actor died not long after this movie of AIDS, and it was like,
Oh,
Which one?
yeah, the tall short twin.
Oh,
Um,
that's really sad.
yeah, and it is. It's really sad. It was kind of like during the time when pretty much everybody who was getting it was a death sentence, and a sad time. So let's talk about them cutting off Odie's tongue on the front of the boat, because that's not near as sad as dying of AIDS. Right, Eric?
Not even as funny either.
No, what? Oh, because nobody laughed because I said it that way? Are you calling me out for trying
No, I was just being a dick.
to? Yeah, that's what I'd say. Well, you are what you eat.
Oh.
Sorry, that I'm 3 dicks.
What?
Sucking multiple cocks.
Can't have multiple when there's only one.
That's right. I love the "What's the Matter You?" I love one of the things that I like about these kinds of movies, and that I remember as a kid. Like I remember watching them and thinking, "Man, those bowling shirts are so cool!" And it's so cool that they put Odie on the thing, and they've got dice on the, just how they did the props and how they did the quilts on the sail and the Bullwinkle and stuff like that. Like I remember seeing that as a kid and being like, God, it's so, it's just one of those things. Like in Breakfast Club, the fact that he is wearing 17 layers, something I could have never pulled off. And I don't think I could have had Odie on the front of my boat. And I mean that. So the dad pops out with the crossbow, and of course they just cheat. Here we go. 80s number one thing that has to happen. He has to conquer the thing that he's supposed to be good at that he can't do, and he shoots a thing from a boat into a basket, and he made it, of course, and he saves the day.
Those are all sailing technical terms.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
Threw the ball into the hoop,
into the
boat thing,
into the boat,
into the thing.
I love how your impression of me is getting more Texas because
Yes,
my
'cause you
accent is-
are.
I know, and I don't want you to stop doing it because I understand that is it recessing?
Regressing.
I'm regressing back into that, and I don't want to. I don't think it's funny.
Are you sure you don't want it?
God damn it. Fucking shit. Yeah. So you know what? Aki fucking saves the Australian guy. You have to know that that's going to be, that's going to come back and be a good thing. Theodore is told, the only way to cheat or the only way to win is to cheat. And then of course he's eaten by a giant dolphin with rabies. But for me, I'm like, he kicked her fucking dog,
Yeah,
you got to
deserved
think.
it.
You got to think to yourself, he kicked that fucking dog.
I want to know how much the little girl got paid for this movie because I'm pretty sure she doesn't speak at all.
She doesn't. No. You know what? Is there not like one thing where she? No, I guess
I
not.
don't think she speaks at all.
No,
You mean Squid Calamari, the little girl?
I don't know what that means.
That's her name in the film, Squid Calamari.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squid.
Wonder why. Interesting.
Well, calamari's. Do you guys like the foreskin calamaris?
So they prepare to blow the hatch, and I think it's funny that it's the entire rear end of his car. Like
With
it's
license
just-
plate and all.
Yeah, just the whole thing. And so, and then of course, the best friend always hooks up with the hot chick who used to date the guy who is the bad guy because the two people that are supposed to get together. It is a perfect 80s movie as Bosco comes out and he now has puppies, and Ak
With
is a
little
hero
cones,
with
little
little
puppy
bitty
cones.
cones. Absolutely. And that brings us to our final clip here, guys.
Hope they weren't born with those things on. Ouch.
That would be
That's
painful.
gonna suck, man. Yeah. Well, maybe that's why there's not a mom.
She did.
She did.
Teddy! What do you say, me and you, we make a little deal?
You need the trophy and we need the house.
And everybody's happy. Come on, Ted.
Okay. You're only half right, you can.
That house isn't going to do you or your father any good. I'm not going to put a dime in the Beckerstead estates.
This is the real investment, Teddy. Friendship. Here's your house back.
Thank you so much.
The little lady has quite a voice. Come on, Teddy. Ow!
Where do you think they got the Ear soundtrack? Oh, yeah.
Well, the real treasure was the journey and all the friends that they made along the way.
Absolutely. You
I
know,
feel like
well, this romance lasted all summer long. They set it up to think it's going to last a lot longer than that, but no.
Just the summer.
All summer long, and you know, maybe the cute and fuzzy nothing the cute and fuzzy little bunnies could do about it. Of course, you got to close the movie with the guy winning the $1 million and somehow not getting it, and then Rich Little being blown up by a rocket.
And then them cooking s'mores or running to cook s'mores over the
It was so funny.
So funny. Get the marshmallows. Yeah. So good. Everybody lives happily ever after. Well, Amy, I'm glad you liked it.
I did like it. I thought it was really funny.
And it was fun to watch this one with Casey because this one being like a super important movie from childhood for me, it was neat to see that she laughed. And I actually don't think that it's aged that badly. I really don't. I thought all of the things that were supposed to be funny were still funny. What? Absolutely. Yeah, I stand by it. I'm interested to see.
I giggled the entire time, like literally just chuckled.
Yeah. Sean, where are you at on this movie? You probably hated this, right?
The only part I laughed at is when she breaks the little bottle on the boat and Bobcat is like,
yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
I stand by Eric. It's horrible. We're going to get shit. Whatever.
That's fine. That's what happens. That's what happens, man. We get on here, we give our opinions about movies, we hang out together, we have a lot of fun. And then
a week later, somebody calls you an idiot on the internet just because you didn't like their stupid fucking movie that they grew up liking. So,
right.
Fuck you.
They don't mean it in the way of like calling you an idiot. It's like a ribbon, but they're just going, "Hey, Eric isn't gonna like this one, man."
Hey, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, you's an idiot. You don't like this?
Yes. I know they just pick bad movies and then like they know that I can't just come on here and go, yeah, it was okay, I guess.
Well, you know what? Your job is to be honest. The rest of us, that talk anyway, enjoyed it, and it's okay that you didn't enjoy it.
For sure.
Yeah. Look at this.
And I mean, look, let's just say this.
It still loves you.
Only 56%. This has a 56% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's not like this is some universally acclaimed film that everybody fucking loved. About half the people didn't like it, and about half the people did.
To be fair, that's movie critics.
Yeah, this one actually, I think it
has a 7
less, but then the people liked it more.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it is again, it's a big favorite. So here we go.
Let's check the email box. Email us at jaredgoestothemovies@gmail.com.
Vinny Cataldo writes.
No,
sorry.
It's not even signed, so I don't know. Hey there, I came across your podcast after a friend of mine introduced me to it. You probably know him. His name is Vinny. But enough about that. I really enjoy the movies you guys talk about and how you each make each other laugh. Jarrett, I think you're a funny guy and an awesome husband. Eric, your voice is just breathtaking. Like Ted said in Ted 2 to Morgan Freeman, I want to sleep on a pillow made of your voice. Casey, I love the fact that you love Slipknot. My friend Vinny is a huge Slipknot fan, and I think I've heard him mention it to you. They're a fun band, and they aren't Satanists like the media says. And Sean, you're honestly the funniest guy on the show. Okay. Even though you don't say much on the show, your laughter always makes me chuckle a little. You guys rock, and hopefully I get to become a supporter soon. Take care, guys. P.S. Vinny always makes me laugh, and his appearances on 5 Questions is always the best, like tonight's.
And it's not signed?
No, this was a text message that came in.
Does it need to be signed?
Do we know who sent it?
No, this is another 515 number, but there's no signature at all.
My goodness, we are just killing it in Iowa right now. Well, thank you for writing.
We're number 7 in the UK and number 1 in Iowa, I do believe.
If you guys would like to write us, it's real easy to do. You can find us on the website, JarrettGoesToTheMovies.com. We're at Jarrett Goes to the Movies on Facebook. Jarrett Goes to the Movies. We have a fan page, and it's super fun to hang out with other people who also think we're amazing. Jarrett Movies on Instagram. Patreon.com/Jarrett Goes to the Movies will take you to the place where you can support the show, and we certainly would appreciate it if you would, if you don't already. Email us at jarrettgoestothemovies@gmail.com or text us or leave us a voicemail at 714-451-6029, 714-451-6029. I'm going to give a huge shout out to Joey Bishop, who has literally shared every post every time since day one when we put out a new episode. Give it up, everybody, for Joey Bishop. And then I want to thank those of you who shared this week: Chris Pulse, Vinny Cataldo, Barry Ferguson, Ray Pist. Oh no! Oh Jesus!
Oh, Zaldor.
Simon Rogers, Amy Pitzinger, Isla Vakuch, Isla Vakok, Isla
Fisher.
Isla
Vakok. Oh, Isla Vakok. TJ Deal, aka Ty Tuesday. Robert Newsom, Angie Thorin, Amanda Touch. Carrie Lynn Abner, Clarissa James, Greg Stevens, Tess Green, Kimmy Head. Taylor Moose, Wendy Croft, Jenna Talia. Dude, you guys are on fire tonight. And Laura Gorton. Thank you guys so very much for sharing, and thank you guys so very much for hanging out. Thank you very much for listening. And guys, seriously, excited to see you down the road. Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, baby. Thanks, Sean. And I already said see you down the road.
Wow.
I forgot.